How can it be that you would love and save someone like me? In fact, I would challenge you this morning, if you've never had that, if your heart doesn't leap at the gospel, if you don't find your soul bowing before God at the gospel, you should at least consider the fact that you may know all the Sunday school answers, but you are not saved. That you don't belong to him. He hasn't changed your heart from death to life. He hasn't given you the mind of Christ because there's nothing inside of you that is responding. Now, I'm not talking about going through a cold season. That happens. Difficult times where the best that we do in worship is we keep going. I'm going to keep trusting. I'm going to keep coming to church even though I don't feel like it. I'm going to keep reading your word even though I don't feel like it. Why? Because your word is true and you are worthy of my worship. Oh, but there comes a time where the truth of that breaks like a sunrise over the horizon of your mind and your heart, and it leads you to glory and wonder. That's the whole point of the second half of this letter of Colossians. The first half is the supremacy of Christ, the greatness of Christ in all things. The second half is therefore, as the truth of that breaks like the dawn in your heart and mind, we should submit ourselves to Christ, emphasizing the believer's response to Christ's supremacy. Oh, if any of this stuff is true about Jesus being the King of all things, ruling all things, holding all things together, well, my life should rightly be joyfully submitted to him. And not just my life, every aspect of my life. We're really good in modern American Christianity at compartmentalizing. What I do on Sunday morning, this is my Jesus Christian part of my life. And then tomorrow morning, I get up and go to work, which is why my language changes significantly in the morning, which is why my attitude changes significantly in the morning. No, if Jesus Christ is King and sovereign ruler of the universe and your life, that means every moment, every aspect of our life should rightfully be under his lordship, should be governed and guided by his leadership. Paul writes in Colossians chapter 2, turn to chapter 2 with me, verses 6 and 7. Therefore, as you have received Christ Jesus as Lord, so walk in him, rooted and built up in him, established in the faith, just as you were taught, and abounding in thanksgiving. Man, I want to suggest to us that Christian grumblers are out of context.